Hey, Chris.
Yes, Craig.
We're related, right?
No. Why?
Man.
What?
Well, if you were related to me, you'd get some of my... Well, no, you get all of my Steam games.
We're related, right?
Last time I checked, I'm going to go with yes.
That's right, everybody. Welcome to the Craig and Chris Show.
Welcome to the Craig and Chris Show.
Do you need to cover some stuff, or should we just get to
Important information first, everybody.
We have to do it.
If you haven't subscribed, make sure you go to CraigandChris.com. I did it the wrong way, I bet. CraigandChris.com. Use whatever take you want. And you can subscribe right on YouTube until we get our website up and running. And if you want to read this story about Steam and more, go to CraigandChris.com/Flipboard.
Because it's awesome.
Yes, it is. Even awesomer as of today.
Yes.
But not Flipboard.
We're discussing Steam both. We're discussing the fact that Steam has now opened their family sharing program, which is awesome.
Have you met my brother Chris?
I'm his brother.
Have you met my brother Chris?
This is awesome.
This is like when we talked about we talk about it regularly on the show. We talked about it on our comments episode this week as well. DRM and digital gameplay is slowly going to take over gaming.
Yes.
And it has been.
But
this is another step in that direction.
But with things like this, it's not so bad.
No, it's not so bad because things like this make it more appealing. And that's been Steam's forte. Yes. If you guys don't know what Steam is, that's Valve's approach to digital rights management, or DRM. Basically, you have your license attached to a login, and your login basically retains all of that information from device to device. So, when you buy a game, you don't have to have a physical copy of it. You just have that floating license wherever you got internet.
Yes.
That's the idea. Okay.
Which I do like.
No, one of the limitations of this was that if I bought a game with my login, poor brother Chris, couldn't play my game.
Yes.
I couldn't let him borrow it. I couldn't let him play it. And he's my brother. My poor brother couldn't play the game. And so their approach to fixing this was, when was it? When did they do this?
This just happened like last week.
Well, I knew they went live last week, but when did they start doing it? It was like...
they talked about it for a while, and then the beta launched in September. Where it was, I think it was like a limited invite or something.
They were basically doing what Apple does with their iTunes Match and with their Apple devices.
Yeah.
Where you can authorize a number of devices for those licenses.
Yes.
And it's just gone live. And what's the number of devices we can do with Steam?
10.
10!
Pretty huge.
That's really huge.
I mean, because don't think of it as devices so much as gaming rigs.
Yeah, because, like...
How many devices do you have that are capable of playing games?
That's what I mean. It's like...
That's huge.
I was like, that's way more than I thought.
Here? 3 at most?
That can run Steam?
Yeah. That actively can play video games on Steam. 2 or 3?
2.
There you go.
2.
8 left.
8 other devices I can get on this plan.
2 at my house.
Well,
bam. That's it.
But that's what...
Holy crap.
See, but they're looking to the future of this sharing plan because they want people to be able to play games on their phones or on their Steam boxes as well as their computers. And this has always been a big concern for people, is that no longer will your hands be tied on your DRM.
Because there is some catches.
Of course there are.
And that's like one user at a time.
Well, of course. But that's because you only bought one floating license.
Yes.
But look at it. What about this?
And if it's a subscription game, things like that don't work. So like if there's a recurring fee.
Oh.
But other than that...
What's an example of that, though? You mean like an MMO?
Like an MMO, probably.
Yeah, but you don't really play MMOs through Steam, do you?
I don't know.
Because you have to log in. You have to have a separate login for
those. It just says that if the title requires a subscription fee or like a third-party key, those won't work.
Those are kind of a disclaimer. Yeah, because sometimes you can activate a game with just the key without buying it through Steam. So they're just covering their butts with that, I think.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
But either way...
But this is kind of cool because I'm excited about these Steam boxes, and this is what I've been saying from the beginning, is that the Steam box isn't supposed to replace the PC.
Yeah.
It's supposed to supplement it.
Sure.
So me as a guy who's using Steam on his PC, and now my wife, I can share my plan with her, which is awesome.
Because that's that. I mean, back in the old school computer days, it used to be, well, the super old school ones. It was burn a CD and give it to your pal.
Yeah,
but in this middle time where it was like you had to have a login or something, it's kind of a pain. So this definitely helps because I mean,
this was frustrating for me and my wife because she had to have her own Steam account.
Yeah,
because like if I wanted to log in and play Alan Wake. She wasn't supposed to log in as me because it would kick me out.
Yeah.
So she couldn't log in and play a different game.
Yeah.
But now she'll be able to.
If she does log in as her, she doesn't have the games that made up your library.
Well, that's what I need. I'm going to have to talk to Steam about merging those together. Yeah.
Well, now she can with the family share.
Oh, okay.
So that's quite cool. I'm really into that kind of group sharing thing. Like,
well, it should be a household plan, and that's what I'm excited about. Is like, let's say you have two little kids, and they both love playing Steam, but they both have to have their own Steam accounts in order for both of them to play. One of them on the computer, one of them on the Steam box when it comes out. Well, it's going to be a different situation because they'll be able to play on the Steam.
That's
one
a
of them will be able to
particularly
play
big thing. The more achievements and trophies gain ground too, is you do want your own identity.
Yeah, but they'll be able to play their Steam game like Dad, I want to play it on the TV. You're like, okay, son, you go in there, you play Steam on the PC, and you can come in here and play it on the...
Yeah.
You can do that whole... It's all on one account now. So I'm really kind of excited to see how everything's going to come together with that. But this is another step further that Steam, again, as a DRM, pioneers, yet again...
and I'm also
the DRM platform, and nobody else can even touch them.
I'm also a fan of the authorize this device license.
Me too.
As opposed to how like 360 did it. And I don't know if they still do it this way, but I know they did in the past. And I got some downloaded stuff, and then when I got a new Xbox. To get it to play on that Xbox for everybody else, I had to switch the license over, which you were only allowed to do like once a year.
I think you have to still do that. Yeah, I don't know. I can't answer that for sure. I do like, though, that when I sign up for Xbox One Gold, I do actually get gold for everybody on my Xbox. Did you know that?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Well, that's for Xbox One, right?
Yeah.
Or is it 360 now too?
I don't know.
I think it's just Xbox One. I'm not sure.
So it authorizes your Xbox.
Set up a home system, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
I didn't know that because on the Xbox 360 it drove me nuts because I'd have to have
like $100. Well, that's why they got rid of the family plan.
I see.
Come on, son.
But you don't need it anymore, do you?
No, but well, it was still nice.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, we don't if they use your console.
But we digress. Steam family sharing. What are your guys' thoughts on it?
Yeah, and what do you think would be cool like for everything else? Like I think everyone else needs something like this.
I still think Steam is going to be a force to be reckoned with over the next year or two. I don't think they're even nearly close yet. But I told my nephews this too, but let me give you an idea of how excited this generation of gamers are going to be. As soon as I mentioned the concept of the Steam box to my nephews who play games on Steam and on Xbox all the time, their initial response was, when can I buy one?
Yeah.
That they're like, so I can play my Steam games on my TV? I can use a controller? I mean, they were really jazzed about the idea of the Steam box.
Yeah.
And it's because they're all part of the Steam ecosystem already. And it's awesome that not only that, but they'll be able to merge their games together into a single system.
Steam ecosystem. That is so funny because like I remember getting Half-Life 2 way back in the day. Like what, 10 years ago probably now. There was no real ecosystem yet.
No.
And I remember it had been years since I logged back in. And then I logged back in and re-downloaded it and stuff, and all my stuff was there for cloud download. And they used to be. I bought disc copies because that was like the only way to do it then. I was just like, wow, this whole thing kind of grew up around me.
It does.
It was cool.
It's cool.
It was cool that it didn't forget about me.
They do a great job.
You know what I mean? That it still recorded all my stuff.
It's just great being able to log in and see your entire library.
Yeah.
You know,
but see, I didn't expect that because it's been so long.
People freak out about this backwards compatibility thing, and that's one thing that Steam kind of fixes in a lot of ways because PCs aren't as... They are
limited.
They are susceptible to backwards compatibility, but not nearly on the level consoles are.
Yeah.
Not nearly.
And there's usually a workaround.
Usually. So, thank you guys for coming out. Give us your thoughts on the family plan and on Steam. You excited?
Yeah, family plans in general too. I mean,
I'm excited.
what kind of good stuff are you looking forward to, or you like about this?
I'm creepy excited.
I'm excited to have his games.
That's right, brother. They'll be coming to you soon.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.